In the midst of the Cold War, international espionage gave rise to astonishing and sometimes tragic tales. One such story is that of a woman who was not only a courageous spy but also the victim of a terrifying personal ordeal. This is the haunting tale of Marita Lorenz, who became pregnant with Fidel Castro's child, only to be kidnapped and forced to abort the baby. Interweaving her personal life with political and military interests, this dramatic episode reveals the unseen, human side of the high-stakes world of Cold War espionage. The central figure in this incredible story is a woman known as Marita Lorenz. Born in Germany in 1939, Marita survived the horrors of the Holocaust and later became one of the most controversial figures in the world of international espionage. In the late 1950s, her life took an unexpected turn when she arrived in Cuba, where she met the revolutionary leader Fidel Castro. What followed was an intense, albeit complicated, love affair that would intertwine her fate with the dangerous world of Cold War politics. Marita's relationship with Fidel Castro began in 1959, during a time when Castro was at the height of his rise to power in Cuba. The fiery and charismatic leader quickly captured the heart of the 19-year-old Marita. What started as a passionate romance would soon evolve into something far more sinister. By the time Marita discovered she was pregnant with Castro's child, their relationship had become entangled in the perilous world of espionage and political intrigue. As the Cold War raged on, Marita found herself caught between love and duty. After becoming pregnant with Castro's child, Marita's life took a dark and unexpected turn. In early October 1959, when she was 7.5 months pregnant, Marita was drugged and abducted. The details of what happened next remain unclear, but Marita believes that she was the unintended target of a plot aimed at Castro himself. She recalls being drugged with a Mickey Finn, a substance slipped into her drink, rendering her unconscious. "I realized I was going down," she later recounted. "I just passed out." When she regained consciousness, Marita found herself in a doctor's office. Someone told her that everything was fine, including the baby. However, she was then given an injection and taken back to the Habana Hilton, the hotel where she had been staying. What followed was even more shocking. She woke up to find Camilo Cienfuegos, the commander of the Cuban army, packing her bags. Cienfuegos informed Marita that the baby had to be taken away, due to the danger posed by Castro's enemies. The decision was made without Fidel's presence. He was reportedly on the other side of the island at the time. Marita was then sent back to the United States, devastated and separated not only from her unborn child but also from the man who had drastically altered the course of her life. During the Cold War, Fidel Castro was one of the most dangerous enemies of the United States, and the CIA was determined to eliminate him at any cost. Marita Lorenz, as Castro's former lover and the mother of his unborn child, became a prime target for the American intelligence services. With her personal connection to the Cuban leader, she was seen as an invaluable asset who could help the CIA in their mission to assassinate Castro. Eventually, Marita was approached by the CIA and persuaded to become a spy. Her task: to assassinate Fidel Castro. However, when the moment came, Marita could not go through with the mission. Despite everything that had transpired, she still felt a deep emotional attachment to the man who had once been the father of her child. This moral and emotional conflict highlights the complex nature of her involvement in the dangerous game of Cold War espionage. After being forced to abort her child and drawn into the world of international espionage, Marita's life continued to be marked by tragedy and controversy. She became embroiled in numerous covert operations, including plots to destabilize governments and take down political leaders. Her story is a testament to the ways in which political machinations can consume individual lives, leaving behind emotional scars that never truly heal. In the years following her return to the United States, Marita struggled to reconcile the trauma of her past with her new life. She remained in the shadows, her involvement in the world of espionage casting a dark cloud over her future. Though she continued to work with intelligence agencies, her relationship with the CIA was fraught with emotional turmoil. The loss of her child and the personal betrayals she had endured left her forever marked by the harrowing events of her time in Cuba. For decades, Marita Lorenz's story remained largely unknown to the wider public. Part of this was due to the secretive nature of her work as a spy, as well as the highly sensitive political climate of the Cold War. But another reason may be that Marita's personal trauma was overshadowed by the larger political struggles of the time. In the grand chessboard of Cold War espionage, the personal lives of individuals like Marita were often sacrificed for the sake of national interests. It wasn't until much later in life that Marita decided to share her story, shedding light on the darker side of her relationship with Fidel Castro and her forced involvement in the world of international espionage. Her testimony serves as a reminder of the human cost of political power plays and the far-reaching impact they can have on individual lives. Marita Lorenz's story is one of the most shocking and tragic episodes in the history of Cold War espionage. It is a tale of power, betrayal, and sacrifice, highlighting how personal lives were often caught in the crossfire of political intrigue. Lorenz's experience reveals the devastating ways in which national interests can destroy the lives of those caught in their path. Her chilling tale stands as a symbol of the sacrifices made during the Cold War, where love, loyalty, and personal choice were often subjugated to the greater goals of nations and secret agencies. Though Marita Lorenz's life was forever changed by her relationship with Fidel Castro, her story also sheds light on the murky and dangerous world of espionage, a world where trust is a rare commodity, and betrayal is the norm. The emotional scars of her forced abortion and the loss of her child serve as a stark reminder of the personal costs of political maneuvering during one of the most turbulent periods in modern history. Marita Lorenz may have survived her time as a spy, but the trauma she endured is a powerful reminder that, in the shadowy world of international politics, even the most personal aspects of life can become weapons in the hands of powerful men.